tap on the brakes. Tap on the brakes again. So we've got tail light here and no brake light. Over here we've got brake light and no tail light. So we've got to replace some bulbs. Stay tuned. First thing we need to do is remove this black panel. There are two Phillips screw style clips. You just have to twist them just a little bit to get them to release. I'm using a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, and then I'm just going to use my fingernails to pull these out. Just pull out like that. So now with those clips out of the way, I should be able to use my little pry tool to lift this piece out of the way. Now I have 2 more Phillips screws to remove. Alright, if yours were as tight as mine were, you might benefit from using a 10mm socket. Trying to film with one hand and work with the other hand. But you get the idea. So now this whole assembly should come out. We're just going to twist those probably a quarter turn counterclockwise to remove and access the bulbs. That's our taillight bulb. It is the 2825. And this is the brake light bulb. I think we've got the turn signal light, which I will disconnect. Just actually going to remove everything so that we can just set this down. So to remove this 2825, it just pulls straight out. Same thing with the 7440. I'm going to leave the turn signal for now because that's still working. These new bulbs have a slightly blue coloring. They're a brighter sort of white light. So now we're going to do the brake light. So now at this point we can test this if we really wanted to before we put everything back together. So I've turned on the headlights, so I'm getting tail light. Go ahead and step on the brakes. And we're getting brakes. Can you turn on the left turn signal? Yeah, all good. Okay, so those all checked out. We're going to put it back together, and I'll show you that as well as I can. So basically got the bulbs lined up to go back in, and down here this extra wire in the harness actually slides into that little wedge. I'll try and show you what that looks like. So this is going to just push down into there. Twist that clockwise and it clips in. And let's get this brake light. That's clipped in. And lastly, get this tail light. And that's locked in. So everything's back in its rightful place. Now we just need to get these 2 little slots to slide onto these tabs on the body. So I will try and show you how I line that up. Yeah. And once you do that, it should be flush. Start these by hand. these little tabs go in and they just push in. So everything's good in here. We'll basically rinse and repeat to do the other side. Real quick, I'll show you there are some additional bulbs that actually sit inside of the hatch. There's a little sort of depression or a little place you can get your pry tool into. I like using these because they don't mar up the plastic as much as like a screwdriver would. Unless you have small hands, these are tough to reach in and get out. Not difficult, but tougher than replacing the other bulbs. But tail light, and this may be a reverse light. So I'll show you. It's a little harder to reach in there and do these ones, but they come out the same way. You just twist them counterclockwise and they pull out. That, I believe, is a 921. This guy comes out. This should be another 2825. But it was working fine, so I'm going to put it back. Put that back in, and hope this helps you. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.